Okay, when you're a celebrity, you know you've made it when you're known by one name, Beyonce, Cher, Madonna, but you really made it when you're known by a nickname. For example, Elvis Presley was the King, Michael Jackson the King of Pop, Aretha Franklin the Queen of Soul, right? But there's another man that was known as the Man in Black. Johnny Cash sold over 90 million records.
There's a man right there.
I don't know when I'm stuck in Folsom Prison and time keeps dragging on.
Yes, Johnny. Okay, now you have the chance to watch an intimate look into his life and music. Joining us from the musical Ring of Fire, the music of Johnny Cash, we have Ben Hope and Katie Barton. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Oh, wow. There's something about good classic music that transcends time, right?
Yes,
Agreed.
It's true.
All right. Did you know anything about Johnny Cash growing up? Because I'm looking at your age, and I know I was like, that Ring of Fire video, that film that we just saw, I think I saw the original thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
wow. Yeah.
She's like, oh, wow. Before taking on this part, were you familiar with him?
I was familiar, you probably more so than I was.
Maybe so.
I was probably a little more familiar with the Carter family.
Yeah, the other half, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
What about you?
I grew up in Alabama, listening to lots of different kinds of country music, and certainly the classic stuff holds a very special place in my heart. And now I get to make music with my wife,
Yeah,
and we
this is
do
a
a
cool
lot of
thing. This is
classic
what
country.
makes this actually work so well, because you're playing that couple, right?
That's right.
But you actually really are married.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when did music first enter your life? Is it something that you thought you would love to do beyond most of us who kind of sing with the radio?
Well, I was.
Yeah, that was back in the day when there was just the radio.
That's right. Yeah.
I danced since I was 3 years old, and my first musical instrument was the drums. My brother played the drums. I wanted to do everything my brother did, so I played the drums too. But then when I met Ben, honestly, is when I really started learning other instruments, the bass and the guitar and things like that. He's really inspired
Y'all were
me
making
a lot,
sweet music
so,
together. That's what happened right there.
But he grew up playing music with his family.
My family was quite musical when we were growing up in a loud household, making music.
What's so great about this performance, though, is that there's music, but there's a little bit of acting in there as well,
That's
right?
right.
So it's that whole character development. We can feel like we're actually watching their lives unfold on stage.
That's correct. The dialogue from the show is all lifted from Johnny Cash's autobiography that he wrote in the 90s. So it really does allow Johnny to kind of speak for himself, allow his music to speak for itself. And it is a real intimate space, so it's nice. It's kind of like curling up in Johnny Cash's lap and letting him tell you stories. It's pretty special.
It debuted on Broadway in 2006.
That's right.
But what's so nice, too, about seeing live performances like this is that it's always a little different every night, isn't it?
Yes.
It is, yeah. It grows and lives and breathes, and we have a really good time doing it. The cast is 5 people, and they're in some of our dear friends and some incredible musicians, really wonderful actors, and everybody goes out and puts a lot of heart and soul into the show every night, and it really is a pleasure to both be inside, and from what we understand, it's a real pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people with great voices out there, as we see from a lot of the competition shows and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But then there are the people who basically kind of imprint the business. Johnny Cash was one of them. Why do you think he was a guy who stood out when, in so many ways, he was kind of like the guy you would think would never have stood out? He dealt with addiction issues. He just, all kinds of things.
That's a great question.
I think it's the same, that you can answer that question about a lot of artists the same way, and it is that they are legitimate in who they are, and they are honest in their music. I think Hank Williams is the same way. I think so many wonderful, great icons of music are the same way. Right, that's right. And Johnny Cash is such a legitimate person in that he's, kind of like an authentic Arkansas man that puts every bit of his being into his music, and it comes off so honest, and it speaks for so many of us, and we really connect to musicians
and connect to the relationship on stage, because June Carter, as you mentioned, you knew more about the Carter family, but like playing like June Carter, and we see a relationship, and we see that love, I guess.
Yes, yeah, and I think they were both also very generous people, generous hearts, and I think that is what makes them compelling also.
Yeah. All right. You're accompanied by 3 other actors playing characters in Johnny's life, family members and bandmates, and each plays their own instrument as well. Songs include, I Walk the Line, A Boy Named Sue, all those Folsom Prison Blues and Ring of Fire, so all those songs that are part of Americana right now.
That's true.
All right. You're going to perform a song for us in a second, but before you do, How is it being married and playing roles on stage and just traveling together? There are times that you're separate because you're doing different productions,
That's
right?
right.
But then when you're together.
We're really fortunate, honestly, because our careers could always keep us apart. But over the past few years, we've been really lucky to work together most of the time. So we've developed a nice language with each other, I think, to be able to develop our roles well and still keep the relationship separate.
I just love that you can become other people on stage, right? It's like, okay, we're June and Johnny right now.
Right.
All right.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But our relationship informs that too, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And we try not to take that home with us and try not to bring our home life
On
onto
the
the stage
right?
with us.
Two different couples. Okay. You can catch Ring of Fire, the music of Johnny Cash, tonight through September 2nd. The performance is at Stages Repertory Theater, and tickets start at $25. For more information or to purchase tickets, log on to stagestheater.com. But as we go to break, here's Ben and Katie performing a classic Johnny Cash song.
Oh, we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson, gonna mess around. I'm going down to Jackson, look out, Jackson Town.
Well, go on down to Jackson. Yeah, go ahead and wreck your hell.
I will.
Go play your hand, you big talking man. Make a big fool of yourself. Yeah, go to Jackson.
I'm already gone, honey.
Go comb your hair.
Don't tell me what to do now, honey. I'm gonna snowball Jackson.
See if I care.
When I breeze into that city, all them people gonna stoop and bow. Yeah, and all them women gonna want me to teach them what they don't know how. I'm going down to
Yeah,
Jackson.
that's gonna be a quick lesson.
Turn loose of my coat. I'm going down to Jackson right away, honey.
Goodbye, that's all she wrote. Well, they'll laugh at you in Jackson.
I bet they will.
And I'll be dancing on a pony.
Yeah, I bet you will.
They'll lead you around town like a scalded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. Yeah, on to Jackson,
Yeah, look out.
you big talking man.
Yeah, I'm big and I'm talking.
I'll be waiting in Jackson behind my J-Pan fan.
Oh, we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. Yeah, we're going to Jackson, and that's a fact.